Hello, Bond here. Welcome to this week's vlog. This week we finished the water pipe what we started last week. We've also got a recipe for you, and I do some alterations to one of the gutters. There's also some other things going on, so come and watch us. It may sound a little bit daft, but what I'm going to do is swap this gutter around so that the downpipe is at the other end. The main reason for that is the fall of the roof actually goes that way towards the far end, and it'll let me put the gutter up higher. Also, we have a leak from the middle anyway, where it's kinked a little bit to get the level. So it worked a very good job really. So I'm going to see if I can sort that out. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this downpipe off. It's just got a couple of screws up here. And then I'm going to take the hopper off the end there, push it along, put the end cap onto the gutter, and then I've got a hopper for the other end because they're handed, or that type is. I've got a different type of hopper, and then we'll swap all the downpipe and the bracket over. So that's the downpipe and the end hopper off. To get it all back in the right place, I'm going to have to move this section of the gutter here to the middle joint. The middle joint leaks anyway, so it should just come apart fairly easy and just move along a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is take this section down, cut it and put a hopper in the middle here, because if I put it right down there it's going to look silly trying to direct it down the post. So I'll put a hopper at this end in the middle. That can just bring the pipe straight down similar to where it was on the other side. So what I've got to do now is cut this gutter somewhere around here and here on the gutter itself. So I've got a chunk out there, add this in and then push it all back down, click it all back in and put the downpipe on. Won't be as simple as that, I don't think, but we'll see. So that's the hopper on. I'm just going to clean out the inside of the gutter because it looks like when they've cut the beams they left all the rust and it's gone rusty inside, so I'll just give that a wipe out. So I'm just going to get the gutter back up and clipped in, and then we'll sort out exactly where it wants to be, join the middle back up and then get the level for flowing away to this side instead of that side, which should bring the gutter tighter to the tiles, which will be a lot better. It won't get a flow over the top when it's raining really hard. Not that I've noticed it doing that, but it should just stop that.
So this morning I'm just going to sit and sort all the seeds out that I've bought, and we're going to work out what we can plant where and when we can plant it, because as you know we're fairly new to this game of growing our own veg. I ended up buying 2 lots of parsnips, and those in the clear bag are the melon seeds. So they were quite successful last year, so I'm hoping they're going to be successful again this year. And we've got a few new varieties to try as well. We've also got some flowers, which I'll show you where they're going. So when Steve's finished this little wall, or finished part of it, I can start and put some seeds in and some shrubs as well. I'd like some nice shrubs, so because this is what I look out onto from the kitchen window. And we're thinking of, because we've got quite a lot of big rocks around, making a rockery up there somewhere, and then Steve will put some steps down from the top there into here.
So all the gutter's up and in position, but I'm just giving it a bit of a slope from this side down to that side. I've still got the joints put in. I don't want to put the joints in and have the gutter sitting at an angle because it won't seal. So I want to try and get that somewhere near straight before I clip that on with some sealant in it. And I've got an end cap to put on. But at the moment I just want to get a sort of just off level to run down to that end. So just to show you what we're up against, as you can see here, builders cut a chunk out so they could get the gutters in far enough. Trouble is that stops the gutter going up much higher. We should be able to get a good fall, you know, a good enough fall on it once I get that touching on here. Now I've seen half the problem is, you know, I can probably get a grinder at some point and take some more off the edges of there if I need to, but at the moment I think just picking it up to that should give me enough fall. So the gutter's all dosed up and it's got a nice fall on it. Don't want to check it with water yet because I've had to put some silicone into here. It's a little bit scruffy, but yeah, it is what it is. Also, I've still got a little bit of an angle on it and I don't seem to be able to get that out. I'm not sure whether that's me or whether the gutter's just taking that shape. I'm going to leave that there. It's still got a fall, so see what happens. At the moment I'm just playing with these ends because I've swapped it to the other side. It needs to change the angle slightly, so I'll take you over there and I'll show you what I'm doing. So what I want to do is just bring that round and sit against the wall. It means changing the angles of these slightly, and that's sat up. It's just slightly off. If I don't know how I've moved it a little bit. I moved it while I was walking across. I think I've got it better because that's now more or less square now. So as you can see, my downpipe's more or less square now. The brackets do make it stick out a little bit, so that's probably about right. I have just found that I'm going to have to cut the downpipe down a bit, so we'll measure that up and we'll do that next. So roughly where I measure this, it's sat on the floor, but I want to leave a little bit because I want to get a kicker for it. So I need to bring it up to about, which is about level with a T on the name. Which is 205mm, but I need to take it off the other end as this is slightly swelled up to fit onto there. So that's the gutter back up. It's not the straightest I've seen. King's little in the middle, also King's little near that end, but that doesn't really matter because it feeds it to the hopper. Yeah, as I say, we might have to at some time just get a grinder and cut some of them beams back a little bit more just so it sits up a little higher. I think that's the reason why I've got a kink in it. There's nothing I can do about it at the moment. Then what I want to do at some point is down on this ground line here, running across there to the raised beds. I want to put like a ground drain in with a grill over the top, stop stones and things falling in, and to take water further into the raised beds and there's a little wall there. It may even go through the little wall and onto the top land, but we'll see about that later. So this morning, as you can probably see, I'm having another go at this pipe. I've opened the outer casing up and got the electrical cable out of the way so I can actually cut the pipe off. It's a bit awkward because obviously I need to cut the underside of it, and without digging a massive hole either side of it and getting round it's just a little awkward and fiddly. So I'm going to get that pipe off and then I'll show you what I'm going to do after that. So that's the two metal pipes exposed and the wire. I'm going to put something over that wire before I put it back, some conduit or something like that. So what I need to do is cut these pipes and put the inlet of that one onto the outlet of this one, the outlet of that one onto the inlet of this one. You've seen the green pipes, what I'm going to use. They're a little bit thicker than this, so I'm hoping I can separate these pipes a little bit. That was something I didn't consider earlier, but yeah, we're just going to have to go for it and see what we can do. There is a little bit of movement in them, so yeah, hopefully I can do that. So I suppose the next thing is to drain the water down and then cut the pipes open and see where we go. So I think we're going to have a real problem when we get these in. So I ain't going to have enough room to flex the pipe. That one's got to go that side, that one's got to go this side, but as well as that they've got to go in a good inch. Obviously I get one side down an inch, and then going to have to try and flex the pipe up to get it started, to get it in. Just going to have to go for it and see what I can do. If all else fails, I'll go and see if I can find some different type of pipe what will slide over it easier. Yeah. So all I can do is get them cut apart. The only thing I've got is an axe saw. So this is going to be a slow process, so I'll come back when I've got them cut. So that's the two pipes cut in half, but I need a section cutting out. So I'm just going to let the pipes drain a little bit more. It'll soak into the ground a bit, I hope, and then I'll cut another piece, cut a section out. So I've got the pipes crossed over again and put on the right way now, hopefully. I do have a little leak from one of the pipes. I've put something under the clamp to try and stop it. It hasn't, so I'm going to get another clamp. But it's a bit late in the day to be running about for clamps and things, so I'll leave the hole open and just keep an eye on it for the time being. I don't think it'll get any worse. I did have a thought of warming the metal pipes up to get the plastic pipes to bond to them better. It's still a thought, but I ain't going to do it straight away. I'll see what happens when I get a new clamp first. Well, I've been doing that. When I've had the water off, I've also put a new pipe to the hot tub in the bathroom, as it was leaking before, and I took it off just and capped it off. But I thought, well, I've got the water off, I'd do that as well. So I've finished doing these pipes. I'm afraid I forgot to film it. But basically I had to heat the green pipes up to get them over the metal pipes, and I also had to knock them on with a hammer. One of them did drip a little bit when I'd clamped it up. I left it a couple of days, well, I left it a day or so, and it seems to have stopped. So I think because the plastic was really hard, it took its time for the clamps to actually tighten up fully, and then I re-nipped them again after a couple of days. So now I've only got to fill it in, but I ain't doing that at the moment. I'm just leaving it just to make sure there's no leaks whatsoever.
This week I'm going to make a really easy brownie recipe. I'm quite enjoying these easy recipes. I did easy carrot cake the other week, and it's the same sort of principle as the carrot cake. You just weigh everything out, mix it up, put it in an oven tin. So on this plate I've got 2 cups of sugar and 2 cups of self-raising flour. So I'll just pop that in first. Then I've got half a cup of cocoa. You don't have to, but I am just going to give that a little stir around just to make sure that the flour and the cocoa and the sugar all mix evenly before I put the wetter things in. And then we need a cup of walnuts, broken walnuts. I'm not going to worry about breaking them up too much because I'm going to put them in the food mixer, so that'll probably break some of them up, but as long as they're not whole. I don't think I'm quite going to have enough for a full cup of walnuts, but I don't think it'll matter too much. They need to go on the shopping list. There's about 3/4 of a cup there. Just give that a bit of a mix, just to blend them through. I'm then going to put in a full cup of butter. I believe it's a lot of American recipes that use cups. And these are quite nice little measures, quite pretty as well. You can get them in most cookware shops or something similar. If you want to do it by weighing, I'm sure you can find on the internet the equivalent in grams or ounces to the cups. It's asking for 4 teaspoons of vanilla essence. So that's that going in there. don't need to do them separate, but I'm just making sure that the eggs are okay before I put them into all that mixture. They should be, because they're our own farm eggs. But you don't even need all this mess that I've made. You can basically just throw everything in this in one big mixing bowl, mix it all up, or mix it on a whisker. That shouldn't take very long, and I've greased my pan ready. It's about 8 or 9 inch by 12 inch is that one. A lot of our subscribers have asked if Ellie Rose and I would do a cooking channel. Have any thoughts about doing one? We haven't at the moment, but Sam, one of our subscribers, has asked if we could put somewhere the recipes, so that's what we're going to start doing, either on Facebook or Instagram. Which would you prefer? If you can leave a comment below, and then we can put the recipes on with a picture for you if you don't get all the details during the video. So that's that ready, and I'm just going to turn that out into this greased pan. It's quite a thick mixture. And there's quite a lot of it, so it does make quite a few brownies. Steve don't object. And then I'm just going to gently push that towards the corners, but not right in. Sometimes if you push it right in, it can burn on the edges. It'll move out itself as it gets warm and starts to soften. Not going to waste that bit. So that's ready for the oven now. And that's on 175. And it'll take probably about 30 to 40 minutes, so I'll check it after 30 minutes. And that's it, as easy as that. I'll show you the end result. So that's it ready. It just needs about 5 or 10 minutes to cool in the dish. You can pop a chocolate sauce over the top if you want, just melt some chocolate. I'm just going to leave it plain because it is really tasty. I don't think it needs anything else. So I'll show you that one in about 10 minutes when I've cut into it and it's nice and cool. So that's it out of the oven and out of the tin. I'm just going to cut just a little piece. It's maybe still a bit warm really. Just to show you what it looks like inside. There you go. That's nice and soft. That does taste good.
So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Done a little bit more to the wall, as you can probably see, and we'll just continue that in bits and bobs. So if you want to see some more, you can also catch us on Instagram and Facebook on the links below. Bye! In a lot left. Come on then, you need that.
Tea time, Mabel.
No, that's enough. That's the last bit. She's gone into her back, she'll nick the straw.
Hey.
No, that's it gone.
Night, night.